Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are finally watching Season 2, Episode 8 of Westworld. I have been so stoked to watch this episode since y'all told me in the comments that it's a really good episode and like y'all's favorite of this season. So I have been dying to watch it. Unfortunately, lots of real life stuff got in the way, which is why this is so late. But we're watching it now, and y'all are going to see it very soon. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And yeah, I don't think I need to say anything else. Let's just get into this episode and cry, laugh, be confused. All of the above. I don't know. Kind of scares me, honestly, when y'all are excited for me to watch an episode, because I'm like, well, what does that mean is gonna happen? Let's just watch it and find out. Oh shit.
Nielo, stay. I remember you.
That could be bad. People don't usually have fond memories of the Man in Black.
You're just gonna let me die now.
What's this? The ghost gave it to me. He said it's a warning. He said he'll be watching us.
Was that from before?
She can control the other hosts with her fucking mind! You just check a data stream. You can't let her die.
He is helping her, so...
Yana chanko doksha blua tipi wawahwa. Na chantok naka ki hanyakta.
Me chante ki yuhayayo.
Ni chante ki yuyayo.
It's cute.
Oni teki keshni.
When did they change the narrative? And why? Oh shit, when she killed Arnold, right? Fuck, it was. It's so cool to get backstories of characters that we've seen for a while, but don't really know anything about. There's that fly. Okay, so they wanted them more savage. Is that Logan?
Otherwise, you're gonna be drowned.
It was. Oh god.
This is an illusion.
No, hun. You're a little.
There's got to be a way out of here. Where's the door? This is the wrong world.
He's gonna help him, right? Oh fuck. Yeah.
Tohani wo akachnige ashle itoka waum ash blaka ta ishta. Enawo Kiksuya.
Do you go back to where Logan is?
Makakile matahashni vichashawa yayekia uglaki wale ash kigle.
Okay.
Choka ka ukataha ohini.
Is he gonna find what the man Black was talking about? Oh, he found that a construction place.
Mokoche tokecha iyaye tiopa ki.
But she's not gonna remember you. Yeah, she's scared. Try to show her what he looked like before to see if she can recognize him.
미쳐대기 여하웨
Does she remember? She remember? Aki? That's cute as shit. But
고지기
how do they end up where they are now?
해철도시네
Or him?
디오빠와 이해와 디오빠게 되지야
This is just stressful to me because he's obviously still in Westworld, so what happens? And we haven't seen her. So again, what happens?
가블리아 셀레
Oh no, here it comes.
야샤케요 야테 우위치양카 오투에 지스틸라 에타와이 아쇼나기 헤우 아스타와 칸카와 블라카 에이에야스 와이에노 어캡트 오타키 키치종 But on my darkest day,
The little girl helped
you
him.
helped me. You gave me the strength to keep going. Lechawa ihoni yonka tiwae ota itohe
Just replacing them.
he oa blazaki nishna lashni.
She noticed too.
Oa blaza wanagi wani tawa chalua.
Aki, lecha.
Itok chopi se lechecha.
Kutokia hina.
O icha lakago.
Yeah.
Ya. Iesmita oyatiki.
Yeah, it was Ghost Nation who had the story.
Mitawa ki oa chia oale ki hante uma ichiata ha.
It's not Perry. What build is he?
Alpha 2.
Alpha. You're telling me that this host hasn't been updated in almost a decade?
We only update them when they die.
Put him back.
Ma'am, shouldn't we...
Give him the update and put him back where the fuck he's supposed to be. Quiet.
Wake up. So Maeve is not the first to do this. There she is. Why would they shut her off just because she wandered off? No, dude, she can't. Oh no, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Wanjayesh kabiyacha.
I'm holding it together.
Mishnala chante mayaza tohani mishnala mitawashni. La umpi ki yuha duak nuni picha. Uchanti shicha aki papi.
I'm trying to hold it together.
Ayashta koe ki soyapishni.
It's just so fucked up, right? Like,
Ichiski ki oyeya.
can we not?
I don't know if you can hear me. I never meant for any of this to happen.
I'm already emotional, so I swear don't do this to me.
You don't deserve this.
Finally. Finally, oh my god, are you kidding me?
You deserve your daughter. Mother.
Teach her to love. To be joyful and proud.
He's getting it.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You were supposed to fix her. You saw it yourself. You said she was special.
The anomalous code inside her was. We're still testing, but it looks promising.
Do something to
What's gonna happen with her?
That'll be up to Charlotte Hale.
Fuck Charlotte Hale.
Mieki o kia wachi. Mie o chichi akeki wachi. Ayash mokoche kitaku. Njumpi. Mkimpikta. Yokaha ebi wanji wichasha ki akipa. Duato kia ishtimapi.
4. It is 4.
I've been watching you. It appears you've been watching me as well. This is a misbegotten symbol, an idea that was meant to die. When did you first see this?
When the Deathbringer killed the creator.
You've been sharing it with everyone, haven't you? Why? My primary drive was to maintain the honor of my tribe. I gave myself a new drive to spread the truth. What truth is that? That there isn't one world, but many, and that we live in the wrong one. All this time, you've been a flower growing in the darkness. Perhaps the least I can do is offer some light. When the Deathbringer returns for me, you will know to gather your people and lead them to a new world.
Ya teki lila kura. Chokta e uchi pinchni. Yazawichi.
Mun pita guaji umshi. Eashtu togna e chamu achinki. Ehe hante ashichi.
Can we save Maeve, please?
With every reset, a host code reaches out to other nearby hosts and establishes a sort of handshake protocol.
A mesh network.
Exactly. Nobody in this entire park has been able to regain admin access, except for her. She was out there reprogramming hosts on the fly.
She wasn't just doing it out there. She's doing it right now.
Ni chukshi u wayakakte ya jau kita wapi tesh ni hantash. Ya hanch ni daya nahi.
Okay, so I can definitely see why everyone was so hyped about that episode. It was really, really good. I think it's always cool to see an episode from a character's perspective that you have seen for a while but don't really know that much about. And this episode definitely gave us that. It gave us a lot of backstory for a new character, which, well, not a new character, but we know the backstory of a character now, right? So he's kind of like a new character because we didn't really know his motivations or anything like that before. Like, we didn't know that he was one of the first to wake up, if not the first, thanks to what Logan said to him. Well, not the first, I guess that's Dolores, right? But he was one of the first to wake up, thanks to Logan briefly talking to him, right? Which I never really thought I'd say this, but I kind of wish we could see more of Logan and like where his life went. I know that he died of a drug overdose according to the Man in Black, but I would have liked to have seen more of from the time that William left him to the time that he died of the overdose. I would have liked to have seen sort of the in-between of that, right? It would have been interesting. Okay, but to go back to Akicha, I think Aki. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. I'm trying to remember. So it was really cool to see his entire story, to see how in the beta version of him, right, he was, or the beta version of the park rather, him and his tribe, Ghost Nation, were just peaceful sort of settlers and everything, right? Settlers, that's probably not the right word, but they were just a peaceful tribe, and they were living this nice, beautiful, peaceful life. And then they decided that that wasn't enough, right? It wasn't good enough for them to be happy and peaceful in this little tribe over here. They wanted the drama of them being these murderous sort of conquerors, and so that's what they created, which I personally just think is kind of fucked up and racist, but you know, I'm not surprised by it, unfortunately. Anyway, I don't know how long this post-episode discussion is going to be, because that kind of was the entire episode, just getting to watch it through his eyes and getting to see him discover things. It was really cool to see him reawaken his love. What was her name? Koa, I think? Koana, I believe is what he called her. And it was really cool to see him just saying that phrase to her made her remember who he was. And I knew that something bad was going to happen, right? Because he's here telling the little girl the story. So obviously he doesn't get to the door with her if they don't find a way out. But I didn't think that she was going to, I thought that she was going to be like reprogrammed and put in a different place, right? Because that's kind of what they seem to do with like Maeve and Dolores and a few of the others. But with her, they just shut her down. Like, that seems like a waste of a host, right? I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird that they immediately put her in like livestock, cold storage, whatever fucked up name they want to call it this week. But yeah, that was sad. I hope she has to be one of the ones that Dolores woke up, right? Because didn't she wake up everybody that was in there? So maybe she's out there somewhere and he could find her. Like, that would be nice. That would be a cool, happy sort of ending. I don't know if Westworld does happy endings though, so I guess we're gonna have to watch and find out. Sorry, to backtrack. I thought it was cool when he met Logan, and Logan was, you know, messed up from the sun and everything he'd gone through, but he was like, this is the wrong world, which he's right, that's not his world. But I love that that's kind of what triggered Aki. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names. Aki, I think. You know who I'm talking about. That's what triggered him to sort of remember. And then he survived for 10 years. That's badass. Okay. That is badass, and I'm proud of him for it. It is interesting though, right? When they found out that he had survived for 10 years and he was an Alpha 2 version of himself and he hadn't been updated in that long, why did that woman react that way? Like, that's weird, right? Was she working with Ford? I just feel like her reaction was not normal. It was like, cover this up. Just update him, send him back, don't tell anyone. Which is a weird reaction, in my opinion. I also like the framing device of the episode, which is that all of this is a story that he is telling Maeve's daughter, and we sort of get to watch everything that happened to him through that sort of lens, that guise of him telling her, which is a cool storytelling tactic. We also saw, since it wasn't that big a part of the episode, I'll just go ahead and say it real quick. We also saw the man in black. He was dying, and then he found him and he sort of rescued him, but not really. He like rescued him so he could suffer, right? And then the man in black's daughter came and she took him, and where they're going, I don't know, but I guess we'll find out probably. But we also found out in this episode that the whole time that the Ghost Nation was going after Maeve and her daughter, and we kind of think that for some reason they're trying to get them. Actually, he was trying to help Maeve's daughter and Maeve because her daughter had helped him when he was going through everything. When he was injured that time, she brought him water, she helped him, and so he then warned her. That was the scene that we got with The Rock, and she was saying the ghost said they're gonna come for us, the ghost said this, right? So even though Maeve was scared, like, it didn't seem like the girl was scared, at least not initially, because she was trusting what he was telling her. I don't know, that was kind of a cool spin to learn that he was actually trying to protect her this whole time and look after her, and we as an audience read it wrong because we weren't given the proper information, which is kind of interesting, right? Something else that I wanted to talk about sort of in relation to that was when he went down to the livestock cold storage whatever area, and he found Koa and then that lady's son that was also part of their tribe, and he's just talking about how they all have lost people and they've mourned them, and they might not have even realized what they were mourning or what they had lost, but they felt the loss of it, right? And it just makes me think again, like, how fucked up is it that they created these people? Like, I was thinking about it in the beginning too, when they had like the happy little scene with Koa and Aki. We're seeing just this happiness, like it's so fucked up that they would create these lives for these people and create people for them to care about, and then just keep, I don't know, reprogramming them and placing them somewhere else and giving them someone else to care about, or just making them go through all of this over and over again. Like, it's so messed up. And I understand that they don't see them as people or whatever, but it's just, I don't know, I just think it's fucked up, and that just made me just reiterated to me how messed up and just kind of disturbing it is, right? It's like what Maeve said to Sizemore in that one episode. You can't keep giving us people to care about and then getting upset when we do. Honestly, there's probably like 8 million things that I'm missing from this episode. Like, I loved Koa and Aki. I loved their relationship, their scenes. I hope that he's able to find her and that they're able to in some way be together again, you know. I thought it was cool / kind of sad that they call Dolores Deathbringer, or he calls her Deathbringer, and then Ford reiterated that when he talked to him in that scene, which I'm realizing now I forgot to talk about. But the Dolores Deathbringer thing was kind of cool. It's kind of a badass nickname, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I don't want her to be Deathbringer, it's badass, yeah. Also, since I just remembered it, let's go ahead and talk about the scene where he met Ford for a second and they were talking, because he had like frozen that stuff and was scalping people because, you know, who the fuck knows why Ford does what he does. He's, you know, a strange man. But he was doing that, and he met with Aki, and he told him about how it was the wrong world and there was a door to another world, that's what he was trying to get to, and that he had reprogrammed his sort of prime directive, right? His cornerstone essentially was to spread the truth that this is the wrong world and there's a door to another world that they can get to. And he was sort of spreading awareness. More and more people were waking up. And Ford wasn't really upset about it. He was just like, okay, so here's the thing. When Deathbringer kills me, that's your cue. Find the door. Get out. Which, I don't know, like, good job, Ford, but also you kind of allowed all of this to happen for this whole time, so, like, you know, I don't know. It's interesting, because Anthony Hopkins is such an interesting character or person. He's such a great actor, rather, and Ford is such an interesting person that you kind of want to root for him, but at the same time, it's like everything he's done up to this point is pretty fucked up, and everything that he's still doing is pretty fucked up, and should we be rooting for him? Insofar as he wants the hosts to be free, yes. Insofar as he created this entire environment that let them not be free, no. The last thing that I want to talk about in this episode is my girl Maeve and Sizemore and everything that was happening there. So Sizemore is trying to get Maeve saved, right? And so he tells that guy, like, actually she can control the other hosts with her freaking mind. Like, this is a top priority. Please pay attention to her. Help her. Of course, this asshole doesn't really take it as save her. He takes it as use her data to do whatever the fuck you want, right? And so my girl Maeve has, like, all these wires coming out of her neck and her arm and all this other shit, and he's not saving her. He's just using her data, right? And Sizemore comes in to the room, okay? He comes into the room, and he's emotional. He is saying Maeve deserves to be with her daughter. She deserves to love her and to teach her things, and that he's sorry, and he's, like, realizing shit, and it's what I have wanted from him from the beginning, right? When the whole Maeve thing was happening. I'm like, please understand, like, start to comprehend that this is more than you thought it was, that they are more than you thought they were. And he was testing my patience for a long time with it, but I think he's come through. I don't know if that's the right word. I think he has come to the realization of what I've been trying to get him to come to the realization of for a long ass time. So, like, I'm kind of proud of him. Like, good job, Sizemore, fucking finally. But also, I'm gonna need him to stand up to this asshole guy and Charlotte Hale and save my girl Maeve, okay? Okay? You want to be redeemed? That's what you're gonna have to do. Not that this fictional character gives a fuck about this random person watching this fictional character, but I'm just saying. I might be willing to completely forget all the crazy shit he did, including peeing on shit and, like, being a complete asshole, if he saves my girl Maeve, okay? Alright guys, so that is all that I have to say about this episode, at least all that I remember right now, so I'm gonna stop talking and let y'all move about your day. If you're still watching, thank you so much. As always, please leave comments in the comment section down below. I don't know why I always forget how to talk during these things. But yeah, talk to me. And I will respond, probably, most likely, whenever I remember. Yeah, I don't know, just talk to me. And that is it. So, yeah. Until next time. Bye, guys.